Yo, what's up guys? My name is AFC Udinho and I would like to welcome you to a new video. We are going to do something different today guys. Instead of showing you people some live PvP battles, I'm actually going to make a video for the new beginner PvPers out there. So a few days ago, I actually started to wonder if I were a new player and wanted to get into PvP, which Pokemon would I get? Well, I'm actually going to answer this question today in this video. So yeah, from reading this title, I can imagine a few new faces checking out our YouTube channel. So let me introduce myself first, because yeah, some of the new faces might not know me. But yeah, for the people who do not know me guys, I started playing Pokemon PvP back in the days of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver on the Nintendo DS. I think this was around 2009-ish. Well, I started to get a good grasp on the fundamentals of Pokemon PvP around the time of Pokemon Black and White. And I kept playing until Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I think it was around 2014-15-ish. But yeah, after this time I started playing League of Legends and kind of quit Pokemon. Yeah, in these 5-6 years playing Pokemon PvP, I competed on the Pokemon Showdown ladder as well multiple times. In Gen 6, I actually consistently played in the top 100 on Pokemon Showdown Gen 6 OU. And in 2018, guys, a friend of mine introduced me to the game Pokemon. A lot of you guys might still know me from there. And yeah, I started getting into Pokemon, and I noticed a lot of players were quite new to the Pokemon PvP scene in general in that game. And that game was actually hosting weekly tournaments, in which I participate. I also won the first 2 tournaments I entered. But that aside, winning those 2 tournaments actually made I actually made quite a name for myself. And yeah, after some PvP battles, random PvP battles against players, challenging players, asking on the all chat for players to battle, I started recording, and this is how my YouTube channel started to grow. It started out really slowly, but yeah, once PvP ranked dropped in the game, it suddenly increased a lot. But yeah, that's how it all started. And yeah, I think I have about 10 years of Pokemon PvP experience now under my belt, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but that's on the top of my head. But yeah, in all this time, I've also played other Pokemon MMOs, Pokemon Revolution Online. I tried Blaze, I tried Planet. But yeah, on Pokemon, I already hit the rank 1 on the all-time ladder. I also peaked rank 1 on Pokemon Revolution Online as well. Haven't peaked rank 1 on PokeMMO yet. I don't think I will try though, because most of you who are watching the channel know that I'm not that interested in playing really seriously these days. Like, I am usually really busy, and it's really difficult for me to dish out content every day. And yeah, you just gotta play a lot of games to get high on the ladder. But I think we peaked top 10 or something in season 4 or 5. Like, some of you guys might still know from the stream. But yeah, we got really high on the ladder with a really high win rate as well. And with like the least amount of games. So that was really insane. Like, we made one of the best teams at the time, and like a lot of people copied the team, as I did create a team building guide on that team as well. And yeah, when playing Pokemon, when getting back into Pokemon, also played on the Pokemon Showdown ladder in Gen 7, and I actually hit rank 15 on the Pokemon Showdown ladder of Gen 7 OU as well. So I definitely know what I'm talking about, guys, but yeah, obviously there are a lot of people who might disagree with me. I still feel like my opinions are still really valid, as I always maintain at least an 80% win rate in whatever game I play, whatever Pokemon game I play, and I even maintain this win percentage with playing random stuff, fun stuff, some things you usually don't see, sometimes just bad Pokemon as well. So I still feel my knowledge is really valid, the things I share with you. And yeah, if you have trust and believe in me, then definitely make sure to subscribe to this channel, guys, as I do share a lot of knowledge with the community. Yeah, that's mainly it about me. And yeah, let's go right into the team building stuff. So let's go over a good criteria for good teams. Okay, guys, before I go into which Pokemon I would pick, let me give you guys a disclaimer first. So when building a team, you can't account for everything. You will always be weak to something, and if this is the case, you'll just have to accept it. Because team building is all about making choices. If you want to structure your team to beat certain Pokemon, you will always have to it will always be weak to another Pokemon. So the best way to look at this is to check if you're able to defend against a certain Pokemon, or if you're able to revenge kill this Pokemon after they kill one of their Pokemon, basically. So with defending, I mean switching into a Pokemon and being able to make them switch. Because if they don't switch, you can kill them or annoy them. And with revenge killing, I mean with revenge killing, I'm talking about being able to one-shot or do a lot of damage to a certain Pokemon after he kills one of yours. So let's say someone says your team is weak to Infernape because you can't switch into him. But you do have a Gengar in the back which can kill him afterwards. This means your team can still be good. Because Gengar is not able to switch into a fire type attack from Infernape, but he can revenge Infernape afterwards because Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb will do a lot of damage. You can also use Psychic, for example. I wouldn't use Psychic, but just as an example, because Gengar is faster than Infernape, so Gengar will attack first. If Infernape took a bit of damage, you can knock him out with Sludge Wave for Shadow Ball. So you always have a check to Infernape as well. But yeah, sometimes the condition is getting the Pokemon you need to beat to a certain amount of HP and then being able to knock them out. So yeah, the criteria we want to cover are being able to defend against a certain Pokemon or being able to revenge kill this Pokemon. So let's take a look at what kind of team we'd like to build. So there are mainly 3 kind of teams you can play, and this is going into Archetype. Okay, so we're going over the playstyles of a team, playstyles of different teams. So there are basically 3 kind of playstyles. First you have offense, next you have balanced, and lastly you have stall. Our offense mainly focuses on killing and not much on defending. This playstyle is, in my opinion, one of the easiest to play because it's really straightforward. This does not mean that it's the easiest playstyle to win with, so keep that in mind. The battles are usually quick, which makes it a lot of fun as well. Like, I do love to play hyper offense as well. You have stall. Stall focuses more on defending and slowly killing their opponents. They don't focus as much on revenge killing. So this playstyle is usually this is one of the playstyles people usually hate most, because the games take longer, and people are not really trying to win. They are trying to stall out the game and win that way by slowly chipping down your opponent. These players make a lot of use of healing moves and status moves like Toxic or Spikes, Stealth Rock, those kind of moves. Basically, they make use of moves that indirectly damages their opponents. But yeah, believe it or not, guys, stall still takes quite some skill. Because try playing against an opponent who is prepared for your stall team and see what happens. But yeah, you can break down offense in hyper offense and bulky offense. Hyper offense is really says 6-5 frail mons, and bulky offense is also all of your Pokemon being offensive, but some are being a bit more bulky, like Garchomp, Tyranitar, this kind of Pokemon. But you can also break down stall into two categories. You have semi-stall and you have full stall. Semi-stall sometimes has like one big damage dealer, usually a Pursuit Trapper like Tyranitar, Choice Banded Tyranitar, being able to dish out a lot of damage. And you have full stall like 6 walls, 6 defending Pokemon. And yeah, for this video, we will be building a balanced team. So in my opinion, balance takes the most skill out of the 3, as you have to focus on both aspects. You have to focus on defending and on killing. So in the long run, this playstyle will also make you a better player overall, in my opinion. So now that we went over the different playstyles and the ones we are going to choose for this video, I'm going to explain the roles you need to cover in this team. Okay, so we've chosen the playstyle of our team. How do we start? A team consists of 6 members, guys. So each member has their own roles to fulfill. In this video, I'm not going over every existing role. I'm just going over a few roles that I think are important. But keep in mind, one Pokemon can fulfill multiple roles. First, we have the physical Wall Breaker. This is a Pokemon with usually a very high attack stat and a strong base power move of his own type. Next role, we have a Sweeper. This is a Pokemon that can boost his own stats that allow him to kill the entire opposing team. So sometimes they increase their speed, sometimes they increase their defensive stats so your opponent cannot kill them. It's just boosting their own stats. The next role is the Special Attacker. This is usually a Pokemon with high special attack and a strong special attacking move. You could also use the Special Attacker as a special Wall Breaker. But in general, physical Wall Breakers are usually better at wall breaking without boosting moves, basically. Next, we have the defensive wall. This is a Pokemon with usually a good defensive stat that can also defend against Pokemon with high attack stats. And then we have the special defensive wall. This is a Pokemon with a good special defense stat, and they are usually able to defend against Pokemon with high special attack stats. Both the defensive and special defensive walls usually carry healing moves as well. Next up, we have the Stealth Rocker. Stealth Rock is a move that damages your opponent every time they switch. In my opinion, it's the best move in the game. Then we have the Defogger / Rapid Spinner. Defog and Rapid Spin are moves that remove Stealth Rock from your opponent. Basically, they remove the Stealth Rock your opponent used, which is really important as well. And then we have Speed Control as a role. These are usually Pokemon with a high speed stat. They usually exist to revenge kill a Pokemon after your opponent has killed one of your own. And lastly, we have the Status Inducer. This is usually a Pokemon that could annoy an opposing Pokemon by getting a status effect on him. For example, paralysis by Thunder Wave or poison by Toxic, and basically being able to whittle or annoy a certain Pokemon of your opponent. But yeah, these are all the roles you should cover. Once you get more experience, you can also look into other roles like phasers. This is basically once your opponent, for example, a Volcarona, the Quiver then stop a bunch of times. A phaser is a Pokemon that can basically phase it out by making it switch through Roar, Whirlwind, those kind of moves. But you also have a role as a Suicide Lead, a Pokemon that sets up Stealth Rock turn 1 and then this has a suicide move, basically killing themselves so they can switch. And you also have Clerics, Pokemon that use the move Heal Bell Aromatherapy, removing the status effects on your own Pokemon, and also being able to heal them through Wish or something. So there are many roles, but we just focus on the ones I mentioned earlier. And now we can take a look at the members we're going to pick, guys. Okay, now that we know which roles we have to fulfill, let's pick our members. But before we do this, I'd like to discuss one term. You might have heard of this term in other games. It's called meta, which stands for most effective tactics available. Like, a lot of Pokemon can fulfill the same roles, but certain Pokemon can fulfill these roles better than another Pokemon. So this is why you see a lot of players using the same Pokemon a lot of times. And yet, to climb on any competitive ladder, you'll need consistency. So when a player says that he doesn't like it when people are using the same common Pokemon over and over again, and that they want to climb with Pokemon people don't use often, all I can say is cool, but you are holding yourself back when trying to climb for real. Meta is meta for a reason. If you are starting out, why limit? Like, if you are starting out, why would you limit yourself by not using the best Pokemon available, right? But yeah, that's enough theory. Let's go over the practical stuff now. By choosing our members. Keep in mind, this is for beginners who don't have an idea of which Pokemon they should get. And the Pokemon I'm about to pick are by no means the best team. Pokemmo has a very handy ranked statistic page of Pokemon usage and win rates. And the Pokemon in this list will be meta, so when building a team, I pick members from this list to fulfill the roles we discussed. So I'm gonna open up Pokemmo and let's take a look. Okay guys, we open up Pokemmo, so go to the PvP thing and click on matchmaking sign up. Here you have the statistics page, and basically this list shows which Pokemon are used most. So as you can see, usually when looking at ranked, some of you might have played League of Legends as well. Certain champions Pokemon have a usage rate and they have a win rate. When their usage rate is high and their win rate is high, it usually means it's a really good Pokemon, because with highest usage, a lot of newer players, flat out bad at the moment players use this Pokemon as well, and most of are winning with them as well. So if bad players are winning with this Pokemon, that means it is definitely really good. And as you can see, Garchomp has the highest usage rate in the game, and it still has over a 51% win rate. So this means from all the PvP players in this game, more than half are winning with Garchomp, including all the bad players at the moment. I call them bad because at the moment they are bad, but you can easily learn certain fundamentals of this game and become decent. So we are obviously gonna take Garchomp into our team. And next we have Scizor. Same story. He has one of the highest usage rates. And look at this win rate, 52. It's even higher than Garchomp. So Scizor, also a really solid Pokemon. So I'm gonna pick Scizor in the team as well. We're just gonna use the best Pokemon. Next we have Rotom, the third highest used Pokemon in the game, and he has a 53.70% win rate, even higher. I think it's the highest in the top 10. So we'll take Rotom into our team too. Then we have Conkeldurr. Same story, guys. One of the highest usage rates in the game, and he has over a 53% win rate. So we'll just take Conkeldurr into our team, and if you don't know about the stats, you should look them up. But like I said, you should also keep in mind other roles. So Garchomp has a really high attack. Scizor has a really high attack. Rotom is a bit balanced, so yes, high defenses, but also high attacks. And Conkeldurr has high attacks. So to balance out this team, we are going to need 2 walls. And if we're going to scroll down, Volcarona is not a wall. Tyranitar could be a wall, but the criteria we want is a high defense and a high special defense. And they must have a healing move. Tyranitar doesn't have a healing move aside from rest. So we're gonna look at Ferrothorn. We already have a steel type in our team, but Ferrothorn could be an option. So we'll keep that in mind. We'll just scroll down. Pelipper. We're not gonna use Rain in this team. I'm gonna scroll down. Gengar's not a wall. Gyarados not a wall. Mienshow's not a wall. Chansey. Chansey has a... If you look up the stats, do it on Pokemon Showdown or something. But if you look up the stats, Chansey has a really high HP stat and a really good special defense stat. And combined with the Eviolite, it's gonna boost both his defense and special defense. So Chansey, actually a really good special wall. So I'm gonna pick Chansey for this one. Also because it almost has a 50% win rate. And it's one of the... If you look at all the other special defensive walls, Ferrothorn could be a special defensive wall, but his win rate is a bit lower than Chansey. So, win rate wise, Chansey does better. Yeah, Ferrothorn does have a higher usage rate, but it's not... The difference is not that high. However, Chansey's closer to the 50%, and yeah, Ferrothorn is closer to the 45%. Stat-wise, I think Chansey just does better overall. So I'm gonna pick Chansey as the special wall. Now we need a physical wall. Since Chansey is of a normal type, we would be weak to switching into fighting types because Ferrothorn is weak to fighting types. So now we need a physical wall that can take on physical attacks. So Reuniclus could be an option, but Reuniclus has a main wall, guys. Like, his defense stat is really low, and the criteria we want is a high defense stat and a healing move. So I'm not gonna pick Reuniclus for this one. So I'm gonna keep scrolling down. Pythagoras could actually be a decent option. He has a 49.6% win rate. But his HP stat is a bit low, and his recovery move is Pain Split, which relies on the enemy. So we'll keep looking. Here we have Blissey. Blissey is another special wall. Blissey actually has a lower usage rate than Chansey and a lower win rate. That's why we pick Chansey. So we just want to use the best Pokemon available right now. So we're gonna look ahead. Darmanitan is not a wall. Then we have Skarmory. So Skarmory has a pretty high win rate, actually. Almost a 52% win rate. If you compare this with the Pythagoras, his usage rate is a bit lower, but his win rate is higher. And Skarmory has the move Roost, a really high defensive stat as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna take Skarmory, guys. those are going to be the 6 members. So what I'm actually gonna do is show you guys a poke paste. I'm not gonna go into which moves I'm going to pick. I'm just gonna show you. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, we've picked our 6 members. Let's see if they fulfill the rules I mentioned earlier. So first we have the physical wall breaker. So Scissor has a very high attack stat. Combine this with the item Choice Band, which boosts his attack damage by 50%, and close combat with a base power of 120. Combining this together is just makes for some crazy damage, guys. U-turn is probably the move will click most, as this damages your opponent and allows you to switch out, keeping Scissor safe and let him come back in another time to do a lot of damage. We have Bullet Punch as a priority move, meaning that this will usually go first regardless of who has a higher speed stat. And Technician boosting Bullet Punch by 50%, meaning that Bullet Punch with a 40 base power becomes a move with 60 base power. So this makes Scissor also a great revenge killer. But yeah, he is going to be our physical wall breaker. Like, I don't know many walls that can come in consistently on either close combat or U-turn from Scissor and stay alive for the next one. Next we have the Sweeper. So here we have Conkeldurr with the move Bulk Up. Well, since Conkeldurr is really bulky, he will always be very difficult to kill in one shot. This is why we maximize our special defense and our HP stat, because this synergizes really well with Bulk Up, as Bulk Up increases Conkeldurr's attack stat and his defense stat. And since he's already bulky, he doesn't really need speed, because he can mostly eat up any attack and then recover it back with the Drain Punch, because Drain Punch heals. And the more bulks up he gets, the more damage he does with Drain Punch, meaning the more he heals as well. And Mach Punch allows Conkeldurr also to attack first when facing really frail Pokemon, for example, that could perhaps kill him. You can use Mach Punch, for example, Lucario or something that could maybe kill him with Psychic. I don't know. I'm just on the top of my head. But yeah, this makes Conkeldurr a pretty decent sweeper. So he's going to be our sweeper. Next, we have our special attacker. Well, if you look at the sets, we have Rotom and Garchomp. We have Rotom and Garchomp fulfilling these roles. So Rotom has a decent special attack and a very strong special attacking move in Hydro Pump. Garchomp's special attack isn't that great though, if you look at his stats compared to his physical attack, but he has access to the strongest dragon type move available, being Draco Meteor, and combining this with the Life Orb can make it do a lot of damage. And Garchomp is also a mixed attacker, because he's also using physical attacks like Earthquake and Stone Edge. We use Stone Edge to kill threats like Togekiss and Mandibuzz when they are weakened, making Garchomp a really good mixed attacker, basically dealing with a lot of stuff. So those are going to be our special attackers. Then we have the defensive wall. It's obviously going to be Skarmory. Skarmory has a really high defense stats. His HP stat is okay, but he has a healing move in Roost, which consistently gains him half of his HP back. So he's been able to switch into a lot of physical attackers like me and Xiao, and being able to Roost and basically stay in versus them and force them to switch out. So Skarmory overall pretty decent physical wall. Then we have Chansey as our special wall. Chansey, a very high HP stat and a good special defense stat. Combining this with the healing move Soft Boil makes it really easy for Chansey to switch into special attackers like Starmie, for example, Jolteon, and those kind of Pokemon. And depending on his set, being able to switch into Hydreigon and Gengar. This one is a bit of a different Chansey though. I'm actually gonna explain the EVs, because usually you'll see bold, max HP, max defense, but with Superior and Venusaur in the game, I think this set is better, because Chansey already has a really high HP stat, and HP is not blocking damage. You block damage, you reduce damage by increasing either defense or special defense. With this set, a +6 Superior cannot 2-hit KO Chansey, so you can basically soft boil till they are out of Leaf Storms. They also have to connect every Leaf Storm, and this is why I think this set is better. And I'm using it with Thunder Wave and Toxic, just because Venusaur and Superior are really common these days. So Chansey being able to Thunder Wave them and basically make them really slow, allowing your team to outspeed this Pokemon is really helpful. The next role we need to fulfill, obviously, the Stealth Rocker. We have Skarmory with Stealth Rock. Basically, Skarmory can come in on a physical attacker easily, like Scizor as well, and just get up Stealth Rock for free. There's not much they can do about it than removing it themselves. We have a Debugger in Rotom Wash. Rotom has Debug to basically counter Stealth Rock spikes and Toxic spikes. For speed control, we have Rotom with a Choice Scarf, basically allowing us to outspeed the whole meta game. If you are interested in the EP spreads and why I chose it, I will explain it on Patreon. I'll leave the Pokepage there with a description of the team, like all my teams. And yeah, Choice Scarf just increasing his speed by 50%, and yeah, with this amount of speed it outspeeds the whole metagame aside from Ninjask, I think. But yeah, Ninjask is not super common, and he gets speed boost with Protect anyway, so it doesn't matter if you have a Choice Scarf for that one. And we also have Scizor with Bullet Punch, which can revenge kill as well, so that's also speed control because it usually goes first, and it does a lot of damage with the Choice Band and Technician. And we even have Conkeldurr with Mach Punch. Can be good versus things like Excadrill in a Sandstorm, which otherwise would outspeed our whole team. But with priority, super effective Mach Punch. Same for Cloyster, we can do some damage on them. And those are basically the roles we fulfill. And oh yeah, lastly we have the Status Inducer. We have Chansey with Toxic and Thunder Wave. Usually you only need Toxic or Thunder Wave, but with how the current meta is at the moment, I prefer to have Thunder Wave as well. Because like I said, I feel it's necessary when facing Superior and Venusaur. And Toxic is always a staple on balanced teams, so this is why I'm used them both. Because Toxic cripples walls like Rotom, Hippowdon, Confagragus, those kind of Pokemon. And yeah, let's see guys if our team can kill or defend against the current meta. So I'm gonna open up this stick page of Pokemon PvP, and we're just gonna go over the common OU mods and check if our team can actually do something against them. Okay guys, so we're gonna take a look at the common Pokemons on the OU statistic page. Firstly, we have Garchomp. So how does our team deal with Garchomp? Well, depending wise, it really depends on the Garchomp set. If it's a physical offensive set, then obviously Skarmory will wall the Garchomp. If it's a mix set with Draco Meteor, then obviously Chansey can easily wall Garchomp and being able to poison him. If it's a substitute set, Chansey can break it with... Chansey doesn't break it with Seismic Toes. But if it is a substitute set, then Skarmory can just set up Stealth Rock and roar him out. Doesn't really matter too much. Conkeldurr can also live an attack. And if Garchomp is weakened a bit, then Bullet Punch can do a lot. And we can always speed out with our own Garchomp. So we definitely have ways of dealing with Garchomp. Next, we have Scizor. So we do have Skarmory on our team. If it's a Choice Bandit set, then Skarmory can just come in and Scizor gonna take Rocky Helmet damage, damaging himself. We just roost up the damage, set up Stealth Rock, and we have our Scizor is Jolly. Just for this reason, to be able to outspeed opposing Scissors and being able to close combat them first. Because if Skarmory does get too weakened, then Scissor can be a problem to our team. Rotom's Hydro Pump can also do a lot of damage as well. And if Scissor doesn't have any Sword Stances up, then Garchomp can still knock it out with Flamethrower. So we definitely have ways of dealing with the Scissor. Rotom Wash can be tricky because Garchomp cannot one-shot him. But Rotom Wash doesn't appreciate coming in on a U-turn from Scissor. We can trick our Choice Scarf to Rotom Wash as well. Chansey can poison him. Conkeldurr can take on pretty much any Will-O-Wisp set of Rotom, because if he burns Conkeldurr, then Conkeldurr gets the Guts boost. And with the high special defense, it can also take on Rotom. But yeah, as a main switch, is most likely Chansey, but we have to be careful of a potential trick from an opposing Rotom. But we're definitely not weak to Rotom. Next we have Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr can be a bit of a problem. We do have a Skarmory with Rocky Helmet, but it really depends on the Conkeldurr set. Like if it's a Flame Orb set, then Skarmory can kind of weaken it down, and then we just kill him with either Scizor or Garchomp or Rotom. Yeah, Conkeldurr can definitely be a problem, so gotta play around our Skarmory. And yeah, Draco Meteor will still do a lot of damage, especially if Conkeldurr isn't specially defensive. But yeah, Conkeldurr definitely can be a threat. But we have our ways of dealing with him. We're not helpless versus Conkeldurr. That's basically the point. Next, Hydreigon. Hydreigon is a bit more difficult to switch into because Chansey doesn't damage him if Hydreigon has Substitute or Taunt. Well, if Hydreigon actually has Taunt, then he can shut down Chansey's Toxic. However, most Hydreigons don't run Seismic Dose. So if Chansey only needs to be there for Hydreigon, then Chansey can come in, weaken him with Seismic Doses. And if they don't have Taunt, we can poison him or paralyze him. But our Conkeldurr is also specially defensive, so he can definitely eat a Dragon Pulse or Focus Blast if he has Focus Blast. And then we can heal a lot back with Drain Punch. And we also have Garchomp, which outspeeds Hydreigon and can basically knock him out with Draco Meteor if the Hydreigon isn't carrying a Bond Berry. And Scizor's Bullet Punch can also do something if he's around 40% or something. But yeah, Volcarona, if it's a safeguard set, I think it can be a problem. But Volcarona is not as scary as you think with this team, because if it is a safeguard set, Conkeldurr can just Rock Blast the Volcarona. Like, it needs to be a specific set with Psychic and Safeguard or Rest or something to counter Chansey and Conkeldurr. But even Psychic doesn't one-hit KO Conkeldurr. I'm pretty sure Conkeldurr lives a +1 Psychic as well, and Conkeldurr can just knock him out with Rock Blast. So I don't see Volcarona as a big problem. Tyranitar, Stone Edge can definitely do a lot, but we have Conkeldurr, which fully resists all Tyranitar's stab moves, so Crunch and Stone Edge. And we have Skarmory, which resists Crunch. But yes, Banded Stone Edge is still gonna do a lot of damage. But killing Tyranitar should not be a problem with Conkeldurr, with Garchomp, with Scizor, and even with a super effective Hydro Pump. It should not be a big problem killing the Tyranitar. Then we have Ferrothorn. I will scroll it up. So Ferrothorn, I mean, we have close combat with Scizor, Flamethrower with Garchomp, Drain Punch with the Conkeldurr. We have 3 Pokemon which can easily kill the Ferrothorn. By the way, if you don't feel like you need Turn Away for Toxic, you can use Teleport on Chansey, which makes it easier versus Ferrothorn, because you can just go into Chansey and then teleport into one of those Pokemon. But I just have this now. I might take Teleport as well. We'll just see. I might play a few games with this team. Pelipper, well, we have a Rotom. Draco Meteor from Garchomp is gonna do a lot. Rock Blast can do some damage to him. If Chansey, Pelipper doesn't do anything versus Chansey, so Chansey can just Toxic the guy. And I don't see Pelipper as a threat on his own. Kingdra, We do have Chansey on our team, which will completely wall the Kingdra, especially with the extra special defense EVs. And yeah, as long as Chansey is alive, doesn't matter too much. I think Conkeldurr can still live like a Hydro Pump in the rain. I haven't calked it. I'm not gonna calk it now either because the video is already pretty long. But yeah, but outside of rain, Garchomp can easily knock him out. Rotom can take one water type attack and get a Volt Switch off or something. With Chansey, we should not be losing to Kingdra. And next we have Gengar. Gengar could actually be a problem because we don't have Psywave on the Chansey. So yeah, whenever Gengar sees Chansey, he's just gonna click Substitute and then we cannot touch him. So we have to rely on our Conkeldurr to hit him with Rock Blast. But Choice Banded Bullet Punch from Scizor is also gonna do a lot. We have Rotom with a Choice Scarf, which will outspeed the Gengar if it's not Choice Scarf. So if you combine all that, then we can definitely deal with the Gengar. Gyarados. So Rotom Wash will outspeed Gyarados after one Dragon Dance with the Choice Scarf, and can use Volt Switch on him. Conkeldurr can live a boosted Waterfall and hit him with Rock Blast. Then we have Skarmory, of course, with the every time Gyarados attacks Skarmory, he's gonna take Rocky Helmet damage, and we can get some more damage in with the Brave Bird. So we definitely have our ways of dealing with the Gyarados. Mienshao, we have a Choice Scarf Rotom, so our Rotom goes first. If the Mienshao is a bit weakened, then Choice Banded Bullet Punch will also do a lot to the Mienshao. If Conkeldurr has a bulk up, we can basically beat the Mienshao by just clicking Drain Punch and healing all the damage back from the close combat. And obviously we have Skarmory, which can knock him out with Brave Bird. So we definitely have our ways of dealing with Mienshao. Chansey, we have a Rotom Wash with Trick, so if we trick the Choice Scarf onto Chansey, Chansey becomes useless. We have a Conkeldurr as well, and we have Close Combat on our Scizor. And our Skarmory can get up Stealth Rock for free against Chansey as well. So I don't think Chansey is that big of a problem. Reuniclus though. Reuniclus can actually be a problem. If it's the Iron Defense Calm Mindset, because with Iron Defense he can wall basically our whole team. So then we need Rotom with the Choice Scarf and trick him, trick the Choice Scarf onto Rotom. But most opponents usually won't let them. If they don't have Iron Defense or Acid Armor, then Scizor with a Choice Banded U-turn can just basically do a lot of damage, and that won't be a problem. Because we can U-turn into Garchomp if they decide to attack and kill Garchomp. We can go back into Scizor and Pursuit Trap the Reuniclus, so that's not a problem. Dragonite, we do have a Skarmory, which lives a +1 Fire Punch. So as long as it's not a Roost variant, we can easily deal with the Dragonite. I also have Rock Blast on Conkeldurr, which is super effective. We have Bullet Punch on Scizor as well. Like, we resist extreme speed from Dragonite, so if Dragonite gets a bit lower, we can use Bullet Punch. If he doesn't have a Dragon Dance up, we can knock him out with Draco Meteor. And even Chansey, if the Dragonite is lacking superpower... Oh, I need to move. If Dragonite is lacking superpower, then Chansey can just poison him and spam Soft Boil basically, or go into Skarmory. So I don't think Dragonite is a problem. Cofagrigus though. Cofagrigus could actually be a problem if he has Haze. Because if he has Haze, he can actually 1v1 the Conkeldurr. Because Conkeldurr can easily bulk up on the Cofagrigus. And if he uses Will-O-Wisp, then our Guts will be activated. And since Rock Blast is not a contact move, we won't get the Mummy ability. So we keep Rock Blast, meaning that Conkeldurr can actually 1v1 the Cofagrigus. But if he has Haze, then Conkeldurr cannot really do much because he's just gonna Haze after every bulk up. Then we have to rely on Rotom Wash hitting the trick on him and give him a Choice Scarf, or poisoning him with the Chansey. If he is a bit weakened, Draco Meteor into Earthquake will knock him out as well. So that's basically how we have to play around it, but it will not always be easy dealing with the Cofagrigus, because I can definitely imagine imagining it being a pain. Blissey is basically the same story as Chansey. We have Close Combat Scissor, we have a Conkeldurr. Skarmory can set up Stealth Rock, we can give him a Choice Scarf, so I don't really see it as a big problem. Darmanitan though, if we're playing versus a Sun team, Darmanitan can be a big problem. But if we don't need Skarmory that game, we can just sack Skarmory. We can even lead Skarmory. But we sack Skarmory, he's gonna take a lot of recoil damage from Flare Blitz, and then we have our Rocky Helmet damage as well. Especially if we get off a Brave Bird, then Darmanitan dies. Garchomp is faster though if the Darmanitan isn't Choice Scarfed. So we have that. We have a Rotom as well, which can take one hit. We have Conkeldurr, which can Mach Punch him. And Scissor's Bullet Punch can do something if he's really low. But yeah, switching into Darmanitan will definitely be a problem. But if you only need Skarmory for Darmanitan, then just sack Skarmory. But in terms of killing Darmanitan, I don't think it's a problem because he has to click Flare Blitz. So with Flare Blitz, he will kill something, but he will also take a lot of recoil, making him lower. And we have Garchomp, which outspeeds him. Rotom with the Choice Scarf outspeeds him, and we have 2 priority moves in Bullet Punch and Mach Punch. So we can definitely deal with the Darmanitan, but switching into him can definitely be difficult. Skarmory. So we have to rely on Garchomp and Rotom dealing with the Skarmory. Well, Conkeldurr can bulk up on him, but we're just gonna get roared out, and without the Guts boost, we won't do too much damage to Skarmory. So it's definitely gonna be Garchomp and Rotom dealing with that. And Rotom can also give it a Choice Scarf if we have to. Excadrill. Outside of Sand, Garchomp is faster, so Garchomp can knock him out. Scizor can live 1 Earthquake and knock him out with Close Combat if we have to. Conkeldurr can come in on him. Skarmory can come in on the Excadrill, but Excadrill can set up on Skarmory because we only can hit him with Brave Bird. So he can set up a Swords Dance and hit us with Rock Slide, maybe flinch us as well, so that could be annoying. But we also have a Rotom. He cannot click Earthquake on our Rotom, so we can definitely take 1 Rock Slide and knock him out with Hydro Pump. So Excadrill, we should be able to deal with that Pokemon. Starmie, it really depends. If Starmie has Hidden Power Fire, then Scizor. If Starmie doesn't have Hidden Power Fire, then Scizor can take 1 hit and maybe Pursuit Trap him, get the U-turn damage off. Rotom with a Choice Scarf will outspeed Starmie, and obviously our Chansey will completely wall Starmie, so we can both kill and defend against Starmie. Togekiss, okay, Togekiss is actually, it can be really difficult dealing with Togekiss because our team is pretty weak to it, even though we have a Rotom. But we can give it a Choice Scarf. We can trick our Choice Scarf on the Togekiss. Most Togekisses these days are Bolt, Calm Mind. So if they get up a Calm Mind, then Rotom doesn't do too much damage to him. So it's really important that we get the Choice Scarf onto him. And otherwise, if we can get some chip on Togekiss, for example, if they decide to switch it in on Garchomp, then it's really important to get up Stealth Rock first, making sure he gets the Stealth Rock damage, and then get him a bit lower so that we can knock him out with Stone Edge from Garchomp, because we are life warped, so that would do close to 50% if they are physically defensive. That is, if they are if they are not physically defensive, then Garchomp can do even more damage. But Togekiss can definitely be a problem. But yeah, the things we have to try is get up Stealth Rock, try to get a trick onto the Togekiss, or get it low enough so that Garchomp can knock it out with Stone Edge. Torkoal, yeah, we have a Garchomp. Torkoal is not a problem. Chansey, Rotom, Garchomp, Conkeldurr can all deal with him. Kabutops in the rain might be difficult switching into him. As long as he doesn't get a Swords Dance though, we can still do a lot of damage with Scizor and Conkeldurr inside of rain. Outside of rain, we have Garchomp, which can deal with him. Rotom can live 1 unboosted Stone Edge and then get Volt Switch damage on him. And yeah, Skarmory, if he uses Waterfall, we can get some Rocky Helmet damage chip off on him. But it's basically not allowing Kabutops to get up a Sword Stance for free. So if they get it in versus Chansey, we actually have to, most of the times rain teams do run King Dry. We cannot let Chansey take a superpower. So you really have to play around the Kabutops. If Kabutops is a big threat, then don't allow him to Sword Stance up. So basically stay in with whatever you have in. Confirm whether they are Choice Banded or Life Orb with Sword Stance. Magnezone, that could be a problem. Because Skarmory, you can run Shed Shell on Skarmory, but I think Rocky Helmet is just too good not to have on Skarm. And Magnezone can also trap Scizor. But the thing is, they cannot directly switch in Magnezone to Scizor, because otherwise they take a U-turn or maybe a close combat. Garchomp can easily knock him out though. Like, we can easily kill the Magnezone. Garchomp can knock him out. Conkeldurr can easily knock him out. And he's not gonna do any damage to Chansey, so I don't see that as a problem. Gliscor, we have a Rotom Wash. Garchomp can do a lot of damage with Draco Meteor. Conkeldurr can set up. Chansey can get off a Toxic if he doesn't have Taunt. We mainly have to rely on Rotom. Maybe try giving him a Choice Scarf from Trick as well. But yeah, Draco Meteor is just gonna do any damage, a lot of damage regardless. But yeah, these Pokemon are definitely going to be the way of killing him. Superior. This is why we have this set on Chansey, because with DCVs, Superior cannot 2-hit KO Chansey. Even if he's at +6, he can't. If he doesn't have Substitute as well, we can just get a Thunder Wave off, allowing our Scizor and our Garchomp to do a lot of damage, or we just click Toxic and spam Subwhale till it dies from poison. That's basically our way. We also have Skarmory with Sturdy to get up one Brave Bird if we need to. And we have 2 priority moves against the Superior. Venusaur, basically the same story. However, though, I am going to cock something. I want to know if our Chansey... I don't remember. If our Chansey can actually take on Venusaur, damage from Venusaur. So let's say we are max special defense. Let's see. Yeah. So we can take Giga Drains for days at +6. However, Sludge Bomb will be able to 2-hit KOs at +6. However, we bring in Chansey, click Thunder Wave, and then allow Garchomp, for example, to kill him with Flamethrower in the sun. Allow Scizor to get damage on him through U-turn or something. Just get the Thunder Wave up versus Venusaur and we can deal with the guy. Hippowdon, Garchomp can do a lot of damage with Draco Meteor, so if he comes in and we get some chip on him, it's gonna be really good. Skarmory gets up free Stealth Rock as well. Rotom Wash can give him a Choice Scarf, can Hydro Pump him. Chansey can poison him. Yeah, most of the times Hippowdon is running Roar. If they don't run Roar, then Conkeldurr can just set up on him as well. And yeah, if Hippowdon comes in on U-turn, he takes a lot of damage and we can get him Rotom. So Hippowdon should not be the biggest threat to our team. Infernape though, Infernape can be a bit scary. I know our Conkeldurr can live one attack and then gain a lot of HP back with Drain Punch. Garchomp is gonna die to Hidden Power Ice. But we have a Choice Scarf Rotom which can live a hit. Skarmory can also live a hit with Sturdy and Brave Bird the Infernape if we need to. It's mainly gonna be our Rotom dealing with him. But yeah, switching into Infernape is no easy task. So you might have to sack something. But we can definitely revenge kill him with the Conkeldurr or Rotom. Or even Skarmory. It's basically our way. Metagross, we do have a Garchomp. We can trick the Choice Scarf onto him. Skarmory can sit there and let him die to Rocky Helmet. Scizor can U-turn on him if he's lacking Hidden Power Fire. But most Metagrosses are max speed, so our Scizor should be faster as well. And Metagross, if he's lacking a fighting type attack like Hammer Arm and a chance, he can also beat a 1v1. So definitely, we have a way of dealing with him. Breloom, guys, Breloom. I mean, we have Flamethrower on our Garchomp. We have a Skarmory. It's gonna be our main house, but we do need to let something be asleep so that Skarmory can come in every time. Scissor or Bullet Punch can also do a lot of damage. Most Breloons these days are Jolly. If they aren't Jolly, then we can do a lot of damage with U-turn. And yeah, it's mainly gonna be Skarmory and Garchomp dealing with the Breloom. Scissor as well. Conkeldurr could do something too. So we definitely have our way of dealing with Breloom. Jellicent though. Jellicent can be troublesome because Volt Switch is not gonna kill him. And he might have, most of them have Cursed Body, so Conkeldurr usually is not able to one-shot the guy, and if he gets a Cursed Body on him, then Conkeldurr becomes useless. So it's gonna be either the mixed damage from Garchomp when Jellicent switches into us can kill him if we weaken him, or we need to poison on him from Chansey's Toxic, or we need to get the Joy Scarf onto him. But if Jellicent comes in on U-turn, that's also a lot of damage still, and then we can get him Rotom, decide to go for Trick. And if he's even weakened more, then we can catch him on a switch to Garchomp or something. It's basically the same story as Koffing, but we can definitely deal with the Jellicent. Weavile. We have a Conkeldurr, we have a Scissor. Do I need to say more? Even Skarmory, like he needs 5 hits like 2 times in a row or something to do something for the Skarm. Even Chansey can sit there and click Toxic and self-boil on him. We also have a Rotom, so I don't think Weavile is a threat. Salamence, we have a Chansey to click Toxic. We have if it's lacking Air Slash or Hurricane, we have Conkeldurr. If he doesn't get the Intimidate on Scissor, so if Scissor comes in after, Bullet Punch will still do a lot of damage. If he's fully physical offensive, then Skarmory will obviously wall him. Garchomp is faster, so Garchomp can use Draco Meteor on him. We can deal with Salamence. Chandelure. If it's a substitute set, we do have Conkeldurr with Rock Blast. To keep in mind, we do have a Garchomp, so in this case, maybe having Teleport is better. Team building, you just have to create something and you have to adjust while playing. So if you feel like you need to change up something, go for it, because that's what team building is. Usually when you build a team, it's not perfect. It's never perfect, but it's usually not the way you want it at the beginning. You mostly adjust every time you play and change sets till you are more satisfied or more happy with what you're having. Yeah. Jolteon, I have Conkeldurr and Chansey. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Milotic can be a problem if he is Flame Orb, but we can give him a Choice Scarf, and we can U-turn around with Scissor, U-turn, Volt Switch, weaken him. If he doesn't have Haste, Conkeldurr can bulk up, spam on him, and 1v1 him that way. But it's not fun dealing with the Milotic with this team. Not gonna lie. Cloyster can be a problem if he sets up, but it's difficult for him to set up on our team anyway, because Garchomp can Draco Meteor him. Scissor does a lot of damage with all of his moves, aside from Pursuit, of course. If Conkeldurr is in, Cloyster is never gonna set up. Skarmory can live a +2 Icicle Spear or Rock Blast, can basically get a Brave Bird off on him before he dies. And yeah, if he's low enough, then we can Mach Punch or Bullet Punch him anyway. And he cannot set up on Rotom either. So Cloyster is okay to deal with. Lucario, we have a Garchomp which outspeeds him. We have Conkeldurr, especially defensive Conkeldurr, in case he's running Vacuum Wave. We can eat it up, hit him with Drain Punch or Mach Punch. And Skarmory can also do a lot of damage with Brave Bird. Switching into Lucario can be a bit more difficult, but a +2 Aura Sphere is still not going to do a lot to Chansey. It's not going to 2-hit KOs, so we can basically get off a Thunder Wave with Chansey on the Lucario. Rotom-Mow, I think it's basically the same story as Rotom Wash. We do have a Chansey. Gotta be careful about the trick, but after the trick, Chansey can come in. Garchomp can live on Leaf Storm. And can come in on... most Rotom-Mows are Choice Scarf, so if they Volt Switch on Garchomp, we get a lot of momentum. Conkeldurr can come in a few times. Like, we can definitely kill the Rotom-Mow, especially after you use Trick. And Polion, I have a Garchomp. I have 2 fighting type attacks. I have a Rotom. I'm not gonna talk too much about him. And yeah, this list is not really that important. I think we covered the main Pokemon. This team can deal with the majority of the meta, and this is why I think it's a good team to start out with. And like I said in the beginning, by no means is this team the best team ever. Also, the reason for this is because when you get higher into the ladder, a lot of higher rated people will prepare to face these Pokemon. So this is why this doesn't instantly get you high ranking. But with this way, you are using good Pokemon, and it's a better learning curve because you are focusing on defending and on killing, and I think that's the most important part. Gain experience, guys. Watch my videos, and if you like a full guide on the EVs of this team and why I chose certain movesets and natures and stuff, consider subscribing to my Patreon, and I will post the Pokepaste there and add the description or the guide on the EVs and stuff, information on this team. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy the effort I put into this video. I usually don't like to do these kind of videos just because English is not my main language, guys. So sometimes it's just me looking for the certain words, and it's difficult explaining these things. It goes automatically when I'm PvPing though. It's a bit easier because I'm not really thinking about what I'm saying. It just goes naturally, but now I really have to think about what I'm saying, and this is sometimes why I'm getting stuck in certain sentences. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the effort. If you did, make sure, guys, to hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would like to hit 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I definitely think we can do it. And yeah, leave it a comment down below. Join our Discord server, guys. The Discord is becoming really active these days. I also revamped the Discord a bit. Now you don't have to choose a role. You just automatically get access everywhere, aside from the Patreon zone. Oh yeah. Now when I'm recording a video, recording PvP battles, I will stream them in the Discord for the Patreons. So definitely consider subscribing to my Patreon. But with that all being said though, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I see you guys in the next video. Peace out.